All right, let's talk about something we all do. We share our best, most meaningful moments. But what if I told you the way we're doing it, posting everything all at once, is actually making our stories less powerful? Today, we're going to dive into the psychology of why that is.
You know the feeling, right? You just got back from an incredible conference, a wedding, that once-in-a-lifetime trip. You're just buzzing, and someone asks you that super simple question. So, how was it?
And what's the first word that just pops out of your mouth, almost automatically? Amazing. Or maybe incredible. Or great. It's a reflex. But it doesn't really say anything, does it?
And then comes the follow-up question. Oh yeah? What was so amazing about it? And for a second, you just freeze up. Your brain short-circuits, not because you have nothing to say, but because you have everything to say all at the same time. See? That's the thing. It wasn't empty. It was overflowing. You feel the entire experience in one big instant wave of emotion, but you can only understand it and explain it one layer at a time. Your mind needs a second to sort through it all. Now, let's connect that feeling to how we market our organizations. You've got sales marketing, which is all about being loud and urgent. Buy now. It's a transaction. But organizational marketing, community building, that's totally different. That's about emotion. It's about creating a sense of belonging.
And this is precisely where we mess up. When we take every photo, every video, every single moment from an event and just dump it online in one giant post, we put our audience in the exact same spot. They scroll through and think, wow, looks amazing, but they can't actually feel or connect with any of the individual things that made it amazing.
Now let's be really clear about this. Your instinct to share every single highlight from your event, that's a good instinct. Every single one of those moments absolutely matters.
The mistake isn't the what, it's the when. The problem is showing it all at the same time. Because when you do that, you make all these beautiful, different emotions compete with each other. The joy competes with the deep thinking. The high energy competes with the quiet, heartfelt moments. It all just turns into, well, noise. Just think about all the different stories inside one event. You've got the hype and excitement beforehand. You have the pure joy of people connecting, the energy in the room, that powerful feeling of unity, the big ideas people learned, the real-world impact, and of course, the raw personal emotion. Each one of those deserves its own spotlight.
Okay, so let's get into the brain science a little bit. What is actually going on up there? Why can't we just absorb all this goodness at once?
Well, it turns out our brains process experiences like this in layers, kind of like peeling an onion. First, it's just the visuals. What did I see? Then it gets emotional. Okay, how did that make me feel? After that, we look for meaning. What was the point of all this? Then we ask about the impact. So what? What changed? And finally, we get to the core, the deepest layer, belonging. Where do I fit into this picture?
I know, that might sound a little abstract, but there is a super simple and frankly delicious way to think about this.
Just imagine, you walk into the world's best ice cream shop. You look at the counter, and every single flavor looks absolutely incredible.
I mean, you've got this super rich, dark chocolate, a bright, zesty lemon sorbet, a sweet, perfect strawberry, a warm, spicy cinnamon, a deep, robust coffee flavor. Each one is a masterpiece on its own, a whole experience in a single spoonful.
But what if the person behind the counter just grabbed a scoop of all 10 of those flavors and piled them into one big bowl for you? It would be a total mess, right? It just melts into this one confusing, sugary blur. The chocolate gets lost, you can't taste the lemon, nothing stands out. The experience isn't 10 times better, it's actually worse. Nothing lingers. And that is exactly what's happening with your content. Your audience's brain is just like your taste buds. It can only truly savor one flavor at a time. When you post everything at once, you're giving them 10 amazing scoops of ice cream, but all in one messy, melted bite.
And this idea applies to literally everything you do. For a fundraiser, focusing on that deep feeling of belonging will always be more powerful than just yelling about urgency. For a preschool, sharing the real learning takeaway will stick with parents longer than just cute photos. And for community events, the shared meaning is what really matters, even more than the high energy of the day itself.
So, what's the fix? What's the big secret? It's incredibly simple. It comes down to one fundamental rule. Show every facet of your story. Just not all at once. And here's what that actually looks like. Let the hype have its own day before the event. Let that one perfect, heartfelt photo breathe on its own, without 10 other pictures crowding it. A week later, share the big idea, the meaning, when people are ready to hear it. Let the impact be its own clear, powerful story. Give each flavor its own spoon.
But why go through all this trouble? Why be so deliberate about it? What is the actual end goal here?
It's about something so much deeper than just reporting on what happened. It's about creating quiet, intentional moments of reflection for your audience, so they have the space they need to actually find themselves in the story you're telling. And this, right here, is the thing I want you to remember. A true sense of belonging never ever happens in a noisy content dump. It happens in the quiet space between the posts. It's in the pause, when one powerful idea has enough room to finally sink in. So I'm going to leave you with a question to chew on. Think about your last big event. What is the one flavor, the one single layer, that you could pull out and share tomorrow all by itself? What's the one story that could finally help someone have that aha moment where they nod and say, "Oh, that's what made it so amazing"?